So at this point, the Fast and the Furious movies were doing okay. They were making their budgets back, they had gotten a bit of a small following. They were doing okay. Enter Justin Lin. Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam and welcome to my review for The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. This movie was directed by Justin Lin and it was released in 2006. It tells the story of Shane, played by Lucas Black, who travels to Japan to live with his father after getting into some legal trouble stateside. He then discovers the art of Japanese street racing, or drifting as it is so affectionately called, but his penchant for getting into trouble catches up with him, and let's just say he pisses off the son of the Yakuza, and challenges him to a drifting race. Shane doesn't know crap about drifting, so he hires his buddy Han, played by Sung Kang, to teach him how. Tokyo Drift is subtly the most important movie in this franchise, because it brings on Justin Lin as director, and Chris Morgan as writer. Lin would go on to direct this movie, 4, 5, and 6, and Chris Morgan would write all of the other Fast and Furious movies, and including Hobbs and Shaw, and conceivably Fast and Furious 9 and 10. And let's just say these two broke the mold and reshaped it in their own image. If anyone tells you that Tokyo Drift is the worst of the Fast and Furious movies, shun those people. You do not need that negative energy in your life, because this movie is very good. It's not perfect. It has problems, but on the whole, I liked it a lot more than I did the first time I watched it, and I think I watched it maybe in theaters. I can't really remember, but when I finished watching it this time around, I'm like, was this movie always this good? And I guess it was. The biggest positive that I noticed right off the bat, the car chases. The car chases were so much better than in this movie than in 1 and 2 combined. No longer were just CGI cars going and then they would hit the NOS button and then they would almost hit the wormhole in 2001: A Space Odyssey. These were real cars doing real stunts, and whenever these cars were going fast, you felt it. You heard the engines, the roaring of the engines, and when they crashed, oh, you felt those too. If I had to pick a favorite car chase, it would either have to be the one at the very beginning or the one at the very end. But either way, the car chases were very good. And I also liked a lot of the actors. You have Lucas Black playing Shane, and I'm not sure if he's been in anything else after this, but he does a very good job here. Similar to Paul Walker and Vin Diesel in the first Fast and Furious, Shane and Han had a very friendly dynamic with each other. They were on screen for about 85% of the movie, and thankfully their chemistry was very good. My one major problem I had with the movie was the guy playing Takeshi. Not the guy himself, he did a great job, but sometimes it was just a little repetitive with the whole villain speech thing. And he had a relationship going with his father, who happened to run the Yakuza, and I wanted to see more of it. It would have taken away from the whole storyline of, oh, Shane has to prove himself thing, but you could have done a little subplot with Takeshi feeling like he is stuck in the shadow of his father who runs the Yakuza. I mean, if it worked for Vito and Michael Corleone, I mean, why can't it work here? But at the end of the day, I felt like Tokyo Drift took a lot more chances. They were like, okay, let's get away from Dom and Brian for a little while and let's see how far we can take this. And they actually took it pretty far. I am going to give this movie a grade rating. I don't think it's an amazing grade for me, per se, but it's certainly high up there in my favorites in this series. This movie was very well put together. For a movie that is essentially a spin-off, they treated it with a lot of respect, and I'm truly grateful. I honestly have a lot of faith in Hobbs and Shaw because Tokyo Drift was very good. It proves that just because it's away from the main story arc, that doesn't mean they still can't give it the respect that it deserves. But Tokyo Drift is also important because it shows that the entire universe of Fast and Furious is connected with each other. Because, spoiler alert, Han dies in the movie. And at the very end, Shane meets up with Dom Toretto himself. And Dom says, "Hey, I used to ride with Han." And you're like, wait, when? And it turns out, in the next movie, Fast and Furious, we actually see that partnership. But that's all for me, guys. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.